Hello, in today's video, I'm going to go over some top tips that you can use to motivate the unmotivated. A team member that isn't motivated impacts not only their own, production and productivity and all of the things that have to do with them as an individual, but they also can impact the overall team negatively, creating a negative atmosphere. It also has been shown that demotivated employees are linked with increased absenteeism, lateness at work, and a lack of focus on the daily tasks, which means that the rest of the team is impacted negatively because they have to pick up the slack for this unmotivated employee. Coupled with that, we have a system of motivation in most of our workplaces that it really does not work well for the type of culture that we have in the workplace today. Many work environments are still dominated by that stick and carrot type of motivational relationship where if you do good, then you'll get praised, promotion, rewarded, and if you do bad, you get punished. And oftentimes, while people do fall in line for the majority, the majority of team members, it's been proven that most people are not engaged or motivated to do the work. They're just either doing it to stay out of trouble or get praise. And secondarily, it's been proven that this type of extrinsic motivation doesn't work. Because I mean, like, what are we here? Are we like potty training our team members here? It just doesn't work. It's very archaic. So, the first thing that you want to do when you are trying to figure out how to motivate people that are unmotivated is to understand that motivation is not something that you do for others. Think about what I just said with the stick and carrot type of motivation. A leading expert and author of the book Drive, his name is Daniel Pink, he stated that the played out extrinsic reward, I don't know why I can't say that. The extrinsic reward system is ineffective and it's often deep rooted in most of our organizations, particularly if you have been in an organization that is more homegrown or has older employees or are accustomed to that. And so you don't motivate others. What you do is inspire them to be intrinsically motivated. And according to Pink, intrinsic motivation is based on three factors. So I'm going to just quickly go over them. The three factors are autonomy, mastery, and purpose. I do want to do a little quick plug as a side note because I strive for high performance in my own life and I work with leaders that want to be high performers. It's no coincidence that autonomy, mastery, and purpose are also some of the factors that are inherent in people that get into this state called flow in order to perform more optimally. So I just want you to think about that. These three pillars also fall in line with going in flow, working at your peak, working optimally. But these three factors also are what you need to be inspiring in your team members to be more intrinsically motivated. So, autonomy is the need for them to be able to direct their own life and their own work. And for anyone to be fully motivated, they must feel like they have some control in what it is that they're doing, when they do it, who and how they do it. And I know that you can't do that a lot of the time, but many times when we do have opportunities to instill autonomy, we still don't do so as leaders. And according to Pink, autonomy motivates us to think more creatively without needing to conform to strict workplace rules. We get to rethink traditional areas of control, such as maybe how we flex our hours, the clothes that we wear. Maybe we find that we can be more creative with our performance indicators and our targets and so on. And so organizations can actually increase staff autonomy, build trust, and improve innovation and creativity by giving them back some of the control in not only what kind of work they do, but how they do it, of course, within reason, right? Number two is mastery, and mastery is the desire to improve. It's not just to come in, status quo, do your job, punch out, because with the changes that we experience in healthcare, we need to be evolving and we need to be learning and we need to be growing. And mastery is that desire to always want to improve. And so if you are motivated by mastery. If your team members are motivated by mastery, they'll likely see their potential within your department, within your organization, as being unlimited. And they will also be constantly seeking to improve their skills through learning and practice. And they need to want to attain it because they want it. A quick thing that you can do here is I often hear a lot of different team members say that they want to go back to school, they want to pursue education, but they have this misconception that it's going to be super expensive or difficult. And so maybe showing them that there are opportunities available to them, how the organization supports those opportunities, doing one-off like in services to help them go through the process with someone guiding them every step of the way, not only helps them to feel more empowered to improve their skills, but it also shows that you support them in wanting to learn and wanting to grow and wanting to give back not only to themselves, but to the organization as well. All right. So then the third thing that he pointed out was purpose. And people become demotivated and disengaged if they don't understand or they cannot invest in the bigger picture. And I need you to do that first because you're the example. But then how do you inspire them to be behind the bigger picture? People, employees, your team members who believe that they're working towards something larger and more important than themselves often are more hardworking, more productive, and more engaged. I know when I was deployed in the military, I saw that type of a structure go on, even if we were experiencing hard conditions, but we still had something bigger than ourselves that we were working towards. So we were inspired. So how can you find something like that for your team to be inspired around, encouraging them to not only find their practice in the work or purpose in the work that they're doing, but also how can they tie that into their personal goals, what they want out of their own life and out of their own career? Because not only then are you winning their minds to get behind the mission, but they're more emotionally engaged and you actually win their hearts. And another thing that has been proven to be effective is offering staff the chance to use their skills to benefit local nonprofits. And I know in healthcare, we do a lot of collaboration in the community around, helping out these organizations. But oftentimes, just being on the other side, right? Being a frontline staff member, I didn't often hear about these opportunities until it was, oh, we're sponsoring the, I don't know, the race or the walk across the bridge or whatever. It never was who wants to be engaged, especially if you have shift workers, because I always happen to be a night worker. So I was totally always out of the loop. All right. So, how do you do this, right? So, I gave you what they need to have the autonomy, the mastery, and the purpose, and gave you some ideas of what that looks like. But here is something tangible that you can actually do. And they do this a lot in non-healthcare settings, but I believe that we can spend some time integrating this practice within healthcare and um, maybe experience tremendous results. And it's the try out 10% time. So give members a chance to spend about 10% of their working time on a project of their own choice. So we all have all the things that we have to do day to day, but maybe 10% of the time, just take an hour or so and say, you know what, guys, look around here, pick a project that you think is going to better our department and give them some time to work on that. We often think that we don't have that gap in time, but I tell you, when I go into organizations and implement efficiency principles, I often can find 30 to 50% of time that can be better spent doing other things if we tighten up the efficiency. And that can be used on this 10% time for team members to kind of find their own projects or their own process improvement things that they want to work on in order to better their team. Um, it should fall outside of the day-to-day work, but again, it does need to benefit your organization, your business, whatever. So just give them that chance, give them that opportunity, and you would be surprised at what they are able to do if given the opportunity. And my last tip that I want to give you before I shut this video down, are Also, understand empowerment. Give power, don't take it. Power also enables control. So, giving someone power and also, therefore, giving them control makes them more engaged. And what I usually find is that most team members feel like they're being controlled, which is disengaging. So, again, learn what it truly means to empower your team member. And this is why I'm here to teach you how to do a bunch of things and give you the tips to be a better leader. But you can also research some of this on your own or check out some of our other resources for that as well. The 10% time should help because, again, it helps them feel like they have some power and control over some of the work that they're doing as well. So, if you want more tips that actually work, I want you to check out the information in the description box for more resources that can help you. And until the next video, I will talk to you later. All right, take care. Bye.